Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Old School versus New School. Don't ask
Man,
me why I
listen.
sing every intro I do. I don't know why I do that.
Man, listen. I need my fix from our audience. We missed out last week. I'm
I
having
know.
withdrawal symptoms.
Well, I was recovering from my birthday. I turned up all the way and I appreciate all the birthday love again, y'all. Like, y'all really showed up and showed out for me. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, she being politically correct right now. She went out last week on her birthday and got trashed. So let's just, let's just
You can't tell Alex nothing, y'all. Don't tell him nothing. Okay. Hi, Carrie. Hey,
let's just
Bob, Big Heavy.
we just keep it 100 over here. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Trying to have some class and cool, and I can do neither with Alex on the line, okay?
How you doing? How you doing, E? What's good with you though?
I'm actually good, all things considering, like, me and Aunt Nisi, shout out to Aunt Nisi. What's up, Jamil? What's going on? Hi to everybody that's coming in. I was having a conversation with her kind of about, the nice people finishing last. So it's kind of like one of those situations.
Mm,
But
old
I
school.
see, I see the things that are coming, so I'm just gonna remain humble and remain patient. But you know how it be sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, old sayings become old because typically they true and they stand the
Hmm.
test of time. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there is an adage: nice guys, and in some cases, nice women. Okay, we can add a little twist on it. Finish last. And a lot of times we do. We go unappreciated. People take us for granted when you're too nice.
Hmm.
Your heart is in the right place, but people just don't know how to receive that. You know what
Right.
I mean? If you got people who not in a good place to receive or really don't know how to receive because they never got anything, and here
Hmm.
you come with all this fullness, they're gonna dog you because they don't know how to accept it. They never
I
seen it
definitely
before.
am that girl. They be like, "Why she smiling all the damn time?" I'm like, "What damn?" I remember when I used to have a mean mug on my face. They used to be like, "You too pretty to not smile." Now that I'm smiling, they don't want to see that shit no more.
Yeah, yeah. See, you are the epitome of the resting bitch face. You know what I
What?
mean?
Wait a minute.
Yep.
I
It's
wasn't
called
ready. I thought you was gonna talk about my smile.
no. It's called the resting bitch face. You look serious all the time. You look mad all the time because you trying to deter dudes from coming up to you to talk to you. A lot of women do that.
Yes, I did. I absolutely did that. Hey,
Mhm.
Don Play, what's going on? Speaking of that, because basically tonight is about the truth, right? A lot of people, men and women, claim they be wanting to know the truth and they can't even handle the truth.
Mm, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So,
You know, you,
you
you
want
you know
to,
what I found out interesting about the truth, Nicole?
what?
Everybody loves the truth. No, let's not tiptoe over that.
Mhm.
Everybody loves the truth when it's not their truth.
Right. Yep. They like to see other people called out, but they can't stand for themselves to be called out.
That's it. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm not like that though. You know me personally. We talk behind the scenes. We're real friends.
Yep.
More like family. You like
Yep.
to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
And
fact.
so I always come to you and I'll be like, I'm about to explain the situation to you, and you let me know if I was tripping, if I was in
That's
the
it.
wrong.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Keep it 100. And it don't matter whether you like it or not. That's not my
Right.
position. My
Right.
position is telling you what the deal is for your best interest moving forward. You don't
Right.
have to like it, but I'm not doing you no favors by lying and patting you on the back and telling you what you want to hear. I'm not helping you.
Right.
So,
Right. It's like it's like what you said, basically. Like, there's no way to even go around it. Like, when I ask you for your opinion, I'm ready to receive whether I fucked up or not.
right. Mm-hmm. And a
But
lot of
I
people
be
can't
liking that
receive
I
it.
be right, so then I could feel how I want to feel. But you know what? I want to say F everybody. Y'all know. Yeah. F you is in stores now, just so y'all know.
Made
But
made it like the head. Here it go. Fuck you.
but I try not to be that way. I try to grow from situations and circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all know me over here, that's how I usually work. Like when we talk about stuff, I will bring up a situation I've been through and whether I handle it correctly or not. Like that's the only way to learn is to really get the truth, whether you need to do better or no, you did the right thing. You just have to accept then what that person still did to you. Period.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it. What's up, Don Play? So Alex, my boy, 100.
Downplay is definitely a day one over here. Definitely a day one.
Yeah, definitely day one supporter.
You want to hop into this first video?
Yeah, what you got for me? Because you know you like my authentic responses. I have no idea what the hell you doing. So,
well, the question of today's episode is what do people want? And you know, we just talked about the truth that certain people can't really handle the truth. So, ladies, you might be a little mad with me today, but y'all know I don't give a fuck. You know.
Hold on, E. Hold on.
What?
They always mad at you. Watch it this week.
You're right. Different. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. You know, you're right. Hey, Third Ward. Hey, hold on. Time out. Because there's some great content creators already in the building. If y'all not subscribed to number one, Alex Magnetic Repellent, make sure that y'all are subscribed. Okay. His link and everything are in the description, including his Etsy store where his superhero comic merch is. Okay. We got Big Heavy in here. Make sure you guys are subscribed to him. We got Third Ward in here. Make sure you're subscribed to him. And for the Record TV, make sure you're subscribed to both. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my boy Bronze. And, you know, as y'all come on, I will shout y'all out because it's about support over here. Okay?
That's all it's about. That's what we about.
Yeah. So, ladies, hey, Vincent, what's going on? Ladies, you might be a little angry with me today, but we're gonna talk about it. I want to hear from the chat, of course, but we're gonna get into what the man has to say about the situation first. So here we go.
Most women, right, don't take criticism real, right? So even if she asks you something, let's say, you know what, are you making me happy? And I look at you and say, no, you're not. You're not doing this. I feel like your cooking is not that good. I feel like I'm not getting sex as frequently as I would like or as frequently as you advertised when we were in the dating stage. I feel like you are not that attentive to me and things that you don't benefit from. I feel like, you know, XYZ, a man get to laying that shit out to most women. If we're going to be honest, she going to, like, all she heard is what I'm not doing. And typically how that goes is it gets flipped immediately. Oh, yeah, well, when you do this or what you doing, instead of actually taking the criticism that a man's giving you, going back to work on it and implementing it into the relationship like men have to do. So that's why I feel like the disconnect is women talk like it's very easy for this man to just communicate what you're not doing and I'll go fix it. That's not the case.
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys think about what he said? I'm going to let you jump in there, Alex.
Listen, I say this all the time. You try to explain to a person. See, don't ask if you really don't want the truth. Okay? In order for a relationship to grow, there needs to be open, honest transparency. Right? So if somebody asks me, what am I not doing? How can I, make you happier? What else can I do to please you? And I tell you, don't just hear in your own mind what you're not doing. I'm telling you what I need for you to do. It's not an insult to you. Just like if I ask you, what can I do better? If you tell me, it's not an insult to me. I asked you. You know what I'm saying? But we all know the great majority of women, not all, but a great majority of women simply just do not like accountability for their shit. They don't like it. And I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, just today. I said, if a man got a good woman home and he go out here and he cheat, okay, we read him the riot act. We get on him, and rightfully so. You're a cheater, you're low down, you're dirty, you're all this stuff. You got that good woman, you did A, B, C, and D, right? Okay, he wrong. Good man home, he work every day, take care of his business, take care of his family. Woman go out there and cheat. What's the first thing people say? What did he do to make her cheat? What did he do? No, bitch, you a cheater. Period.
But damn, Alex.
He didn't have to do it.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Because it's annoying, E. It's like you hear this all the time. What did he do to make her cheat? He probably wasn't paying her enough attention. He probably wasn't home much. He not home much to provide the life for you that your ass said you wanted. So now he working and busting his ass for the house, for the Mercedes, for the BMs and all that. So you can live comfortable. He not home. You lonely. You mad. So now you need some attention and you go out here and cheat on a good man and blame him. That's the difference.
Damn, I don't know what to say after that. I don't.
I want to hear it.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna play the girls' version because
Okay.
I mean I have no rebuttal to that. I really don't. Like, it is what it is. Some things you need to just let breathe. So we gonna let that breathe, and we gonna hear what the lady has to say. Is she on the same side? Is she against him? Let's see.
Like you said, you would think most women want honesty and communication, but he's right. Most women can't handle it. And I've had to be real of like, okay, I say I don't want a man who cheats, but can I handle when he comes to me with a real conversation?
Boom.
I don't know what it's like to be married for 20, 30 years. You don't think in 20, 30 years he gonna have an urge to cheat?
Boom.
Can I handle the real
2
conversation?
years.
But you don't think I can handle the real conversation of him? Let's say he comes to me first then. He don't cheat. He comes to me and he's like, babe, I love you. I'm really having these urges. Am I prepared for that conversation? Am I going to make it about me and make it all personal of how could you do this to me and how could you even... He's coming to you with real problems. And you can't handle the truth, but you signed up to do life with this person? You don't even know what you're signing up for.
Well, as you can see, she on the same side.
That's my girl there. I like her.
I agree though. Like I really agree. Like I feel like, and we've talked about this numerous times, right? A lot of times these days, what I hear from women is expectations, what this man should be doing, what I deserve, what he need to be paying for, what does he bring to the table. And I do not hear any of these conversations started with, so this is what I bring to the table, therefore this is why I feel this way. I never hear that.
Nope. Everything start out. You know what, TheeEnicole? Because naturally, our nature is to be selfish. That's our nature. Mine. We have to unlearn that as we go through life, right? Because you know how we're born selfish? You ask any child, 2 or 3 years old, okay, with a toy. Can I see that? They're gonna put it behind their back. They don't want other kids playing with it. They want it all for themselves. It could be a toy that's been sitting in the corner for weeks. If another kid come over there and pick up that toy, the child will run and grab it from him. Mine. So
BMT says that's not true. Before we get into that's not true, right? There are majority men in this chat. And men, I want to know, do y'all feel like women have unrealistic expectations or / do they simply not know what they want? Because I think that's even more important than having high expectations when you go into stuff and you don't even know what you want. So you find out all these problems with this man when you don't even know what you want.
Yeah.
So guys in the chat, please answer that for me.
Yeah, I opt for the latter. They really don't know what they want because, as I said earlier, they don't know what it looks like to be treated well. A lot of women don't. I'm not going to say all because we always say all. We generalize too much, but a great majority.
Yeah, I know I don't
women,
like that.
Yeah. So, but you have to know what something looks like in order to receive it. And if you've never gotten it, then to you it's foreign. And it's like, why is he so nice? What's he up to? He's trying to trick me. He's trying to trick me. It's like, why can't I just be a gentleman?
Right.
Why can't I just open the car door for you? Why I gotta be up to something? You know what I mean?
Wait, can you repeat that one more time? What'd you say?
It's like, why can't you just be a gentleman? Why can't I just open the car door for you? Why gotta be up to something?
You just open the car door? Why?
Yeah. I don't understand it.
Me either.
Let me pull a chair up from under you and push you in the chair. And I don't understand why, chivalry dead because women killed it.
Yeah. What you said, women killed it?
Women killed it.
Damn. Okay, let's touch on, before we get these questions answered, because the men are coming in with the answer. Remember, men, I want to know, do y'all think women have unrealistic expectations, or do they just simply not know what they want? Now, BMT said he doesn't think that's true as far as the selfish part. Now, I'm going to say, I think I'm a little different, but you know me personally. But even my daughter, I have videos of her when she was a child, when me or her godmother would ask her for stuff, and she would just give it. So she wasn't really like the mine type of baby, but she's different because she's my daughter. But why do you think that, selfish is the majority of people?
Because we're born with it, as I said before. And a lot of us don't take the time because at some point in your life, when you're really going through shit and life gets real hard for you, you got to start taking stock of yourself. If you're losing people are leaving you, they're running away from you, you can't maintain relationships. At some point, you're the common denominator. So you have to start looking at yourself and going, this is what I have to do different. I need to change some things and be honest with yourself about it. And most people cannot do that. It's easier to point the finger and blame other people. That's easy to do.
But me personally, Alex, and it's really hard for me to not give, and give. Now, I reap the consequences for sure.
To your detriment.
But I can't help who I am. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I've told you, we've had this talk privately. Mm-hmm. Don't do it to your detriment. That's the problem. You know what I mean? At some point, you got to know when to cut it off and when to do it. Because a lot of people don't appreciate shit. They really don't. They appreciate it in the moment. And the minute it's done, they give their ass to kiss.
Right. And that's very true. BMT says Black men in the modern era struggle to just match certain standards or come from broken backgrounds.
Yeah, and the women too. We're all broken.
I think when you say all, I feel all, like all ethnicities, all backgrounds, all genders. I feel like it's a lot more broken people than there are whole people. Mm-hmm. Hey, Sunkiss. Hey, sis. Make sure y'all subscribe to Sunkiss, y'all. She's coming. So look out.
You know the thing that really bugs me, E?
What's up?
Is that women, you go on a first date, you just start dating a woman or whatever, right? She wants you to show her all of your husbandly qualities. You can afford to take her to an expensive place. You're driving a beautiful car that you're going to pick her up in. You're going to show her your beautiful home that you would have her live in if you were to take her in as a wife. You're going to show her all these, you're well-traveled, you're well-versed. You got to show her all of this stuff that will make you potentially a good husband, but she ain't got to show you shit. Now,
I don't think that's right. Why not?
This is what they think, though. The fact that they just going out, we should just feel honored to have her with us. She ain't got to show us shit. Can you cook? Do you know how to keep a clean house? Would you be a good mother? She don't want to show us none of that on the first date, but we got to show her all of this shit as a man. That's not fair to me. I don't like it.
The devil is a lie.
What's the devil lying about, kids?
Because I don't know how other to speak them personally, but I am who I am. Like, I'm not presenting no representative. I don't know how to remember the roles. I'm just going to be myself. And I think that what you expect, you should be doing. Like, I don't care who you are or what side it is. Whatever you expect from a person, that's what you should be willing to give. Or you need to get the fuck away from that person.
Sometimes easier said than done.
BMT said that's not true again. Tell me
it's not true again.
Hey, YouTube is messy.
It's a wonderful too, because everybody have different perspectives on these situations. Mm-hmm. So whatever BMT feels, that's what he feels, or whatever. But my perspective is from my living, the number of people I've talked to throughout my life. I'm in my mid-50s at this point. I've known a lot of people. I've seen a lot of failed relationships. I've been in 2 failed marriages. I've seen this time and time and time again with these behaviors, and it has to stop. If it doesn't stop, we're going to continue to see the divorce rate is upwards almost 60% for first marriages. 70 to 80% of women file for divorces. Something's wrong with this picture, and we got to figure out why it's not working. And to me, it comes down to what you said, TheeEnicole: unrealistic expectations, lack of communication is huge. Okay. And the fact that people come into relationships seeing what they can get as opposed to what they can give. If both people came in seeing what they can give, a lot more relationships will flourish.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Not just relationships, but I feel like all type of ships. Business relationships, friend relationship, family relationship, even associates, to be honest, because people say, you know, well, like you said, if somebody comes in too nice, the other person feels like, well, what are they trying to get out of me? What are they using me or whatever? But I feel like all types of relationships should be beneficial to both parties, right? So there definitely should be communication. And I feel like, because Sunkiss just said some women feel entitled to queen-like treatment without displaying queen-like behavior. So just having that in mind with what we're talking about, do you feel that men should be communicating what they want first? Because I think if a woman telling you what she wants, a man should be comfortable saying what he wants too.
I do. I have no problem with it at this point in my life. If you can't deal with an adult conversation, then you're not for me anyway. We got to be able to sit down and have an adult conversation. Everything's not about jumping into bed all the time. Okay. And that's the thing with the younger generation of women, you know, under 40 or whatever the case is. Because they honestly feel like, I got the vagina, he wants it, so he got to cater to me just to get this. Why I got to do all this to get the vagina that 30 other dudes done been in, for one? Okay. And number two, and TheeEnicole, you know where I'm going with this. You're going to sit there and have 10 and 15 orgasms to my one.
Oh my God.
Okay. You're going to be sitting there during the entire session.
Women, if you are a multiple orgasm haver, just disregard this portion.
I'm not arguing with you today, E, about this, because I got you.
She said men have been doing this for years. I don't necessarily agree, because if the men are tired of women doing this, then they can't possibly be telling what they want from the beginning. Can they? I mean,
and he's right. Men have been doing this for years. The problem is you got too many women now trying to live in this masculine energy and trying to do what men do, and you simply cannot do it. You can't do what men do. Rest in your feminine power. What's wrong with that? Why you gotta be men? Why you gotta run your mouth and challenge masculinity and do these different kind of things? We still love a strong feminine woman.
I think that is where a lot of the younger generation has things confused, you know, because, you know, we speak about this a lot as well. I say, I feel that the lingo needs to go away until it's accurately understood, right? Because I am a strong woman. Yes, I am. However, I still know how to be a woman in the presence of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Just because I am allowing him to be a man, that doesn't then make me a weak woman.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I'm gonna tell you this.
Hey, Goddess D of Love. Make sure y'all are subscribed to Goddess D of Love and the Love Palace. Okay.
Most women, if that man displays leadership abilities and willing to protect her and provide, she'll follow that man anywhere. If she's within her natural femininity, he won't have to beg her to let him lead. If he's displaying those qualities, she gonna follow him.
What do you think about this comment that the men have grown weak and are afraid to compete?
Compete for what? And with what? Women, because women out here getting the bag. Let's be honest. You know, most college educated black women now are the most college educated people on the planet, much more so than the black men. Okay, so they are here getting the bag. Okay, and they're getting things that they need to provide for themselves. But the question remains, why aren't they still happy? Because as a quote from a very old movie called Mahogany, Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross, right? Diana Ross carried all this success, rich and wealthy and famous, and showing her ass. And Billy D. Williams said, listen, you can have all of that, but all that success means nothing without somebody you love to share it with. So you're not taking none of this shit with you. Nothing. All that's going to matter at the end of the day are the memories you made with loved ones. That's what's really going to matter. We all know we need money. We're in a capitalistic society. That's a given. But you're not taking, there are no U-Hauls driving behind a hearse. None. You're not taking, you came here naked, you're leaving naked. It's what you do in between that dash. Where that dash is on your tombstone, what did you do to make the world a better place? How did you change lives? How did you touch lives? What did you do that was significant enough than just sit around here and acquire stuff? What did you do to make this place better? That's what it comes down to. I'm not trying to compete with women. I'm trying to join forces and build with women. I'm not in the competition business with women because we need each other. Period.
Okay, what do you think about this? Because I agree with this as far as I do think that the majority of younger women these days do look at men and see money. What do you think about that?
All day, every day. That's what I'm saying. This is why we have to display on the first date everything we're going to offer as a potential husband, and they have to offer nothing because they feel like they got this great box and we want it, and when we get in it, we'll never get another one like it, which is a lie. It's a lot of good booty out here. So women got to stop fooling themselves with nonsense. Okay? So they see money. They want to see what kind of car he's driving, what kind of restaurant can he take him to, what kind of neighborhood he lives in. Does he have his own company, or is he a CEO of a big company? They looking at all of that. Men typically don't look at those things. We're looking at, is she clean? Is she presentable? Does she have manners? This is what we're looking at. We're not looking at the bag when we look at women. Women see us, they're looking for a bag.
Some women. You forgot the some.
Some, not all. Yeah, some.
Now, women about to get mad at me. Okay? Y'all about to get mad, so just go ahead and get mad. This comment right here, I agree with wholeheartedly, simply because how I was raised, you know. So I guess I'm old school today. Okay, so Alex, scoop the fuck over, okay? Because Ms. Dion says women aren't supposed to wait for God to send us our mate, and that's how I was raised. You know, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, right? But with all of these new rules and agendas that society places on women, actually, that I think to break down the family and things like that, like you said, they're very masculine. They don't want to listen to men. They don't really know their role. And it's up to you to decide your role. I'm not telling nobody how to live their life. But I was raised that you are to choose me, and then I decide if I want to be chosen type of thing. I am not really with the whole women aggressively picking men. That's not me. What do you think about that whole concept? Because my thing is, we just established that a lot of the expectations are lopsided, right? Then go further, they really don't know what they want. So if you don't know what you want and your expectations is fucked up, who are you to be going out and picking the person and then still being mad at the man that you picked?
Yeah, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. But I want to address Dion, what Dion Sanders is saying here. And I want to ask Deion Sanders, how many interceptions you got in the NFL? How many times you ran a interception?
Don't do Miss Deion.
I'm just
Miss Deion, don't even worry, because I'm gonna step on his neck for you, Miss Deion. Don't even worry about it, because I'm gonna step on his neck.
Y'all know who Deion Sanders is. Okay. But what I want to say is, look, respectfully, there's women that have been in church praying for a husband for 20, 25 years, still don't have one. All right. At one.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
you in church too.
In church. So at some point, you got to make yourself seem available. You got to put yourself out there somewhat. Nobody's saying go out there and hoe. I'm saying just go out there and go to places where you can meet men. Be available.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with flirting. You know, flirting lets him know that you're attracted to. But I mean, like, I really know women that be like, hey, yo, what's up, shorty? To the man. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
That's a bit much for me.
And I've seen women that I don't agree with this. Women on one knee proposing to men. I don't agree with that at all. I don't.
You said what? Say it one more time, please.
Women getting down on one knee proposing to the man.
Oh no, absolutely not. Remember we had an episode about that?
Yeah. I've seen. I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that. Because I'm a chivalrous man. But in today's society, chivalry is not appreciated by a large majority of women.
Miss Deion, he was being funny. Don't pay him no attention. Don't pay him no attention. My foot was on his neck. Okay, don't worry. But no, I do not agree with women proposing to no man. Like, no.
It's nonsense. And I think E, for the people that's just been coming in, we should probably play the videos again.
Okay, no problem.
Kind of get them up to speed and play both videos again.
Okay, they're very short. These are the two clips that we're talking about, you guys. I'm going to just play them back to back for you guys. They're really, really short.
Most women, right, don't take criticism real, right? So even if she asks you something, let's say, you know what, are you making me happy? And I look at you and say, no, you're not. You're not doing this. I feel like your cooking is not that good. I feel like I'm not getting sex as frequently as I would like, or as frequently as you advertised when we were in the dating stage. I feel like you are not that attentive to me in things that you don't benefit from. I feel like, XYZ, a man get to laying that shit out to most women. If we're going to be honest, she going to, like, all she heard is what I'm not doing. And typically how that goes is it gets flipped immediately. Oh, yeah, well, when you do this, or what you doing, instead of actually taking the criticism that a man's giving you, going back to work on it and implementing it into the relationship like men have to do. So that's why I feel like the disconnect is women talk like it's very easy for this man to just communicate what you're not doing and I'll go fix it. That's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, you would think most women want honesty and communication, but he's right. Most women can't handle it. And I've had to be real of like, okay, I say I don't want a man who cheats, but can I handle when he comes to me with a real conversation? I don't know what it's like to be married for 20, 30 years. You don't think in 20, 30 years he gonna have an urge to cheat? Can I handle the real conversation? But you don't think I can handle the real conversation of him? Let's say he comes to me first then. He don't cheat. He comes to me and he's like, babe, I love you. I'm really having these urges. Am I prepared for that conversation? Am I going to make it about me and make it all personal? Of how could you do this to me? And how could you even... He's coming to you with real problems. And you can't handle the truth, but you signed up to do life with this person. You don't even know what you're signing up for.
So I think that a lot of people in relationships, they get comfortable and they just expect the person to stay and deal with whatever, when throughout this whole process of y'all being together, you have to have communication, because people are supposed to grow every day.
Yep, absolutely. And this is why divorce is between 50 and 60%, because marriage is ebbs and flows. And I say this all the time, TheeEnicole, marriage is a business arrangement. People keep with the love and walk on a cloud and ga, and la, la, la. No, it's a business arrangement. This is why you need a license. This is why the court only recognizes marital relationships, that union. When you have
your whole tax situation changes.
Everything changes. Everything changes. When you have assets, and money and children, and you got to go to court and divide these things, just like you would if you owned a business with somebody and the business goes under, but you guys still have property and stuff together. You got to separate all that stuff among the business owners. It's the same type thing.
Citizen, welcome.
It's the same thing.
I agree.
You know, but you know what's interesting in those two things? Two things. One, what is the TheeEnicole with these women today that can't cook? I mean, it's rampant. There's nothing more attractive than a beautiful woman that can throw down in that kitchen. Men still love that kind of stuff. That's why they will always say the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. If you're a beautiful woman that can cook, and then you take care of your business in that bedroom, see, men don't require much. We're very simple. We're very simple creatures. We want to eat.
My question is, how are all these women walking around with all these damn kids and don't know how to cook? That's my question.
Somebody in the chat say something, because it's rampant.
Please, because I don't understand. What do your kids eat?
It's always, oh, we going to Wendy's. Oh, McDonald's. Oh, Chick-fil-A. Oh, this. Listen, cook something. What the hell wrong with you? It's cheaper to cook than to eat all that poison out there. It's cheaper to cook something and probably healthier.
Okay, I got a confession. One way that I deter my daughter from wanting a lot of fast food is, you know, all of these clips that you see from all the nasty stuff that you see in restaurants and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I just literally, before we went live, I saw one from McDonald's and I showed her, I said, do you see why I don't want you to eat McDonald's? She was like, yes, we're never going there. Like, but I really don't understand how you got kids and then you want to go above and want a man and don't know how to cook. Won't even put together a sandwich. Like, some things don't even require the oven and you still won't get in the kitchen. That's weird to me.
I ain't cooking for his ass. Why not?
Then they made shit real easy for y'all. They got air fryers now, y'all.
So many ways for you to cook easier. So many ways. You know, and the thing is, if women expect men to die for them if they love them, okay, they really do, and we should supposed to protect y'all and all that. So if you expect me to die for you, it's not ladylike to cook for me and bring me my plate. You can't do that.
Let's go, Sunkiss. Sunkiss said, I'm in the kitchen right now, baby.
Uh-oh. now here's the question. Are you in
That's my sister, so be easy now. That's my sister, so be easy now, Alex. You on the road tonight.
Would I say anything sideways? Would I do a thing like that?
You absolutely would.
But do she believe in cooking in the thong, you know, and being nice and sexy when she cooking and her man is there? Do she believe in that kind of stuff? You know, that's wonderful too.
Miss D said they lazy. That's why older women are winning. Okay.
That's it.
Wait, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Because y'all know earlier, just a few seconds ago, I said that a lot of younger women, not only are they not cooking, but they're looking at these men like they are money. They have all these expectations, but not willing to give anything. The older women ready to spend that money.
Yeah.
They're ready to cook and spend that money. So I think there need to be a little shuffling of the cards or something, because all of these expectations, all of these question marks, and all of these things that you require when you talk to a man, y'all still going into the situation and not keeping this man. So,
right,
you know, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different.
And if you can't maintain a relationship, then you have to understand at some point that you're the common denominator. It's not everybody else. Start looking at yourself honestly and asking yourself, why do I keep losing people? Why don't anybody stay with me? And be honest about it. The other thing, other than cooking, the other thing, maybe the women can answer this. Okay, why smother us with all kind of sex any way we want it in the beginning? And within 2-3 years, now you too tired. You don't feel like it. I can't get a BJ. You better go in there and wash it first. You better. Everything's an argument when it comes. That's all you think about. But the first 3 years, you was all over me every day. Now
I
all
feel
of a
like
sudden,
that also goes into communication too, because if you notice, we're talking about definitions of things, right? A lot of these females and a lot of men too, they don't know what true intimacy is. Like, intimacy is not just having sex. Intimacy is so many other things that keep you connected. And just because a couple years ago we decided that we was going to be in a relationship, saying that you want to be in a relationship is not going to maintain a relationship.
and that TheeEnicole, you are 1000%. You know, me and you go back and forth at it on here sometimes, but intimacy and sex is not the same thing. And people just don't know the difference. Intimacy is holding hands. Intimacy is cuddling on the couch. Intimacy is when you're doing dishes. I come up behind you and hug you and kiss you on the neck. Those kind of things are intimacy. Having intimate conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
Hey,
intimacy.
young MIA, what's going on? Welcome.
Even if you're at work and I call you, I'm like, yo, E, just think about you. You know, love you. You know, I love the way you make me feel. That's intimacy. Okay, intimacy leads to the sex or the intercourse because it makes it better later on. Because you've had all this intimacy throughout the day. And people that don't know the difference wonder where they're missing the boat at. Learn what intimacy is.
Welcome, TLP. Even though you are late, you are right on the money and right in tune to what we are saying. Do you see what he said? He said the answer is kids and grandkids nowadays. Everyone, men and women, are individualists about themselves when actually we had one common goal. So even though you was a little late to the party, you right on the same page. And I think that is so unfortunate and so sad when we look and see how much energy, how much camaraderie you see when it comes to the bullshit, but you don't really see people meeting and agreeing on shit that can make us better.
But that's where the work comes in. That's where the work comes in. And you know what, E? Speaking of work, I want to address this before we leave here tonight. Because the comedian, actress Leslie Jones had a rant this week on the Breakfast Club that went viral.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I wish I would have loaded that up. Go ahead and tell the people. Hey, Bomb Cherry.
Leslie Jones said she's going to talk. She's going to say this, and she don't care who likes it or not. She said women are out here doing the work. She said men not doing the work because men, even though pussy is our favorite thing, we don't know nothing about it. She said we're not getting ourselves checked. We're not taking care of ourselves. We can't keep it up. She said she's running into dudes who can't keep an erection. And she called the dude over to the Ritz-Carlton, big fancy hotel. And he came in there and gave her some sorry dick. She threw him out. Okay, she said, you got to stop with the alcohol. Stop with the alcohol and the drug. Drink more water. Exercise. Eat more vegetables. You're not taking care of yourself, and you're not doing the mental work. You know, and again, we can't say all, but I know for a fact a lot of these dudes don't want to do the work. A lot of men don't even believe in therapy or don't believe in getting themselves, you know, fixed or whatever. But when I hear about 25, 30-year-old men with erectile dysfunction, I'm like, what the hell going on at 25 and 30? So
it's drugs, it's the lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Leslie went off. I mean, she went off, you know. So and she made some great points in her crass, vulgar kind of way. A lot of vulgarity, because you know how Leslie Jones is, but she made some great points in that rant.
She definitely was speaking facts. Just look her up on the Breakfast Club, y'all, if y'all haven't seen it already.
Yes, it was just this past week, so it's still fresh up there on YouTube, on these YouTube streets. So, but what do you think about that in the comment? Have you ever run into? Because I hear this complaint from a lot of women and stuff like that. They run into these guys who can't keep it up, or they over it quick and can't get it back up, or you know, or they're not doing enough to satisfy the woman in the bed. The selfishness. I got my nut. Well, too bad.
Well, fortunately, I don't. I've never dealt with someone not being able to keep it up. However, something that I have run into before, we just talked about insanity, right? And that's doing the same thing, expecting different results. And I think that men in particular, because that is who I have relations with, but I'm sure some men will feel that women need to do the same. You need to stop going when you get a new partner. You need to know that what worked with your former partner may not work with your next partner. You know what I mean? Like what this woman like, if you're not with her anymore, you move to another woman, it's not guaranteed that she likes that way. Like we have to stop jumping straight to the physical because you have to learn the person. You have to learn that person's body. And I would say that's an issue. You know what I mean? Have you ever dealt with that?
Well, you have to have developed sexual chemistry, which is very powerful. You know,
Right.
when you just go into bed with somebody for the first time, you really don't know how to touch them.
Exactly.
You know, where to kiss them at. You know, these different you have to learn these things as you go along, what to say to them in bed. Because
exactly.
You know, if, there was some years ago, I was in bed with a woman for the first time. Okay. And I'm, I could be a little freaky. Okay. So we doing our thing, and I'm at the point now I'm about to buzz off. So I was like, "Oh yeah, bitch, yeah." And she stopped. Who the fuck you calling a bitch? And I was like, "Oh, well, we just doing some freaky stuff here. What's the problem? You don't call me no
Everybody
bitch."
ain't down with that. Everybody not down with that.
You see what I'm saying? So I found out, and we continued to have our relationship for a while after that, but I never did that again to her. I've said things in the bed. She didn't want no quiet dude. She didn't want you calling her out of her name like that. And I had to learn that. Now, I've been with some women who they love call them all kind of names. They love it. So
yeah, you have to learn who you with, what they like, what they don't like, the level of pressure, all that. Like, I've actually asked a guy before, like, the person you used to be with, her pussy was dead, wasn't it? Because what are you doing? Like, this is too much. Like, wait. So you really have to learn that person. And I feel that, like some women said in the chat earlier, as far as when you progress in a relationship, things do change. So you have to communicate. You have to have levels of intimacy outside of sex so that you guys are growing on the same page. And expectations change as well, which is why communication is number one, because what somebody wanted 5 years ago may not be what they want today.
That's it.
And that's okay, but y'all have to communicate that with each other. And you have to be willing to accept what they say, which is what they said in both of those clips. Like, when you ask somebody a question, you literally, before you ask them, you need to get with yourself and be prepared for the conversation to go any way that it's going to go. Because you're asking somebody else how they feel. And if you care about how they feel, you have to take in consideration what they say, no matter if you agree with it, it hurts your feelings or whatever. Like, if you care about them, you want to know how they feel for real.
Well, that's the key word. If you care. And a lot of people don't. You know what I mean? They listen, you here for my pleasure. And the minute I'm no longer feeling good, I can replace you. You know, that's a lot of the attitudes.
Way too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah. Don't get too comfortable. I mean, comfortability destroys relationships. Because you know why? Because we stopped doing what we did to get the person.
Exactly. Why do you think that you can do that, though? You got a person doing one thing, and then once you got them, you don't think that that's going to change their mind, or they're not going to look elsewhere when you stop doing what you did?
Because, Nicole, honestly, life start lifing. Okay?
What they
life
got to do
is
with the
getting away.
bedroom?
What was that?
I said, what they got to do with the bedroom?
Because sometime when life start lifing, you may go through a depression. You may have anxiety about different things. Your job may put more demands on you. You may not have a job and be broke. Your mind got to be right sometime to have sex. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I would hear women say all the time, you know, if I'm stressed out, if I'm bothered, I don't want nobody on top of me. Who wants somebody on top of them? And they worrying about how they're gonna keep the lights on. And I was like, what that got to do with having sex? There's always time for sex. That don't.
Well, first of all, why you don't know why you're gonna keep your lights on?
Yeah.
So I don't understand that. So
I'm just talking about how the stress will affect your drive and will affect your body. It'll you won't feel sexy when you're worrying about the troubles of life, the strife of life. You won't feel sexy. You won't. You know what I mean? So a lot of times that happens. And as I've gotten older, I kind of understand that, because when you got so much pressure on you, sometimes the world is on your shoulders. It's like, I can't even function right now. I got everything on me, you know? So that happens. That's a reality. That's why people take things for granted. As relationships go on, sometimes you don't do the things you used to do. This is why the communication, when you first start seeing the person stop doing those things, sit down and have a conversation. Don't run from it. Don't be afraid of it. Babe, we ain't been to the movies in 6 months, babe. We used to go to the movies all the time. Why haven't we been to the movies in 6 months? Have the conversation.
Before I comment on that, some kids, they need to throw that in the trash, baby. They need to throw it in the trash. She said some people have a general way of performing and think that because it turns somebody else on, that they out here killing it. Listen, they need to throw it in the trash. Okay?
Yeah.
Now.
Damn.
To what you said, Alex, when we're saying that you need to have communication, right? Ladies, I'm talking to you. You want to come to this conversation with love. If this is the person that you're dealing with, the person that you're in a relationship with, you want to come to him in the tone that Alex just said, which was, hey, you know, we used to have date night. We're not really doing that anymore. What's going on? Not no, you ain't shit. You don't take me out no more. Like, that goes into a lot of what's going on. The whole approach between a misunderstanding or a disagreement, the approach be totally wrong.
Yeah. The tone is everything. You can say the same thing 2 different ways and get 2 different responses from saying the same thing. So people have to understand how to speak to one another.
Think sex IQ is 0, child. 0. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Call it a sex IQ is 0. Damn, E.
I mean, if you're performing like Sun Kids has said, I'm a little far. I'm a little behind in the chat. I'm sorry, guys, but Young MIA said that a survey researchers call it the sex IQ, and I said they need to have a little couple pop quizzes or something.
See, my thing, E. I already know that we always get in this argument about women that have multiples. It's not your fault how you come and all. I get it. It. Men, we get one nut per session. Okay, per session. Okay, that's just how it goes. Because if we have multiples, the shit'll kill us. We weren't built like that. Okay, so we just have to get to a place where we understand. See, my approach is simple. I'm going to take care of her first. I'm going to get her taken care of, because once she's taken care of, once I bust mine, everybody good. You see what I'm saying? Because she's been taken care of first. But a lot of people get it. A lot of dudes get it twisted. They get on, they bust theirs, it's over with, and she got to wait now. Okay, you have to take into the mind that.
But doesn't that go into you not caring about that person? And that goes into what we said earlier, where people are rushing to the bedroom. So you really rushing to the bedroom really to just piss each other off because y'all don't care about each other. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes when y'all rush, y'all have a great time. That's why y'all end up in fucked up situationships. Yeah. However,
that's true.
If you're with somebody and y'all both going into the encounter selfishly, like, you know, was it worth it? And then on top of that, in this day and age we live in, where it's a lot of dirty people, let's just keep it real. Y'all risking y'all lives to get a headache? I don't get it.
Yeah, and also too, titillation is very important. Foreplay, titillation, getting the person riled up.
Ventilation, y'all. Go ahead.
No, titillation. You know.
I was about to be like, wait a minute, that's a whole nother problem. Wait a minute.
No, ventilation, no. Well, you know, since you brought that up, if I do got my nose and my face in a certain place, I can't breathe. You have to blame the woman for that, because sometimes some of y'all got big thighs. I can't breathe. So,
my God,
you know.
Communication is the glue that holds everything in place. I wish, young MIA, I wish that people would understand that. You know, like not even on this level, but just you know, the basic elementary level when you don't know the person. Communication is the foundation for everything. I don't understand why people don't realize that when all we do all day ultimately is communicate with people. But
the communication stinks.
Yeah,
and a lot of people aren't honest with the communication. That's the other thing. What that movie say, TheeEnicole? You can't handle the truth. You know, people can't handle it.
They can't. They really can't. A lot of people out here screaming they want real, and they would not respect real if it was standing in their face.
Not at all.
They really would not.
Not at all. But I'm gonna tell you, before we get out of here, I want to let our chat know that we greatly appreciate you guys every week. We apologize for last week. I need my fix from you guys every week. I can't make it, so I need you guys. But listen, I have an Etsy store, as TheeEnicole said early in the podcast. Great Christmas items, great birthday gifts, a lot of great stuff in my Etsy stores called Ways of the World. The link is in the chat. Go check me out at the Etsy store. Find something you like: coffee mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, welcome mats for the house, aprons, all kind of stuff in there. So, and it's superhero themed because I create superheroes. That's what I do. I've always loved to do that. And they're my own personal superheroes. So check me out. I really appreciate that. What they say, Vincent Jance, everybody now, if they have saw women, the whole world gets lost when you need real talk.
Yeah, he had a little technical difficulties, but we here with you, Vincent.
Okay.
He had a few little technical difficulties. She said, we out here communicating, but that doesn't mean it's effective and efficient. Say that shit, Sunkiss. If y'all not subscribed to Sunkiss, I don't know what y'all doing. I really don't. Hey, Nene, what's going on? But yeah, y'all, he had a mistake, and it's not in the chat. It's in the description. It's in the description of every old school versus new school we do. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to him. Make sure that you guys do check out his Etsy store because it has some nice merch in there. And be tuned in for when he drops his comics because, like he said, especially our demographic as far as Black people, our children need to see heroes that look like them. It's so many other figments out here that look like them but are not, you know, be an example of what they should be. So they definitely need to see heroes that look like them. Sunkiss, drop your link in the chat for the people, please. And Alex's channel is Magnetic Repellent, and his link is in the description. So
yes, for my channel and for my store, it's right in the description.
Yep. So thank you guys for coming through. As always, until my next birthday, we'll be here every Monday. The same time and the same place at 7 p.m. right here. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow because I got a nice little story time for y'all. Okay. And we will see you next time.
Peace out.
TheeEnicole. You can always call me E, but don't never call me Nicole. Your presence is appreciated. Please be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe.
It's always a vibe. In my galaxy.
Hey, it's Shonda Frey from Ready to Love, and you are watching my girl, TheeEnicole.
Tasha Lyons telling you to tune into TheeEnicole.
This is Samson from Ready to Love, and you're tuned into TheeEnicole.
It's Winter from Love America DC, and you're tuned in to TheeEnicole.